Hey Greens! About a month ago, I did a squishy unmakeover and so many of you requested that I do it again. And then some other people felt the need to tell me that this is just a copy of Moriah Elizabeth, by the way, is my friend, and I have her full blessings to do these. So for those of you who don't understand what a spin-off is, it's what I'm doing. She makes them over, I unmake them over. I take adorable things and turn them into
creatures of darkness.
And so since it is the month of October, I'm coming for her. I wanted to take 2 more creatures and have a little bit of dark fun. So for this video, I will be using complete mystery boxes. I have no idea what's in there. The only thing I know is that this one is supposed to have a baby. So this is a Smooshy Mushy baby. And you can get anything from a cute little skunk baby to a frog, a sheep, unicorn, and all that cute stuff. We don't wanna work with cute. We wanna work with the salt. So this will be the first one that we unbox together. And then once I'm done with that, we're going to unbox this one. And this series is called Cup and Cakes. And it seems to have cute animals with desserts. This week's shoutouts go to Nightfall's Animations and Sharon Walks. If you want a shout out in my Friday videos, don't forget to hashtag Nerdification Squad in the comment section below within the first 45 minutes of a video's release, or hashtag NerdyCrafter on Instagram or Twitter anytime with any of your creations. Alright, without further delay, let's start unboxing the baby Smushy Mushy. I don't know what's gonna happen, but it's probably nothing sweet. It's the salt that runs through our veins that makes us have a hive mind, right? I really don't know what to expect in here. The only thing I see is that it says new scented. Are we getting baby powder scent, or are we getting like dirty diaper scent? Baby food. I like baby food. Okay, enough talking. Stop. Enough talking. Time to unwrap it. Baby bottle pop. Baby bottle pop. Baby bottle pop. This is a really cool bottle. I mean, look at that. That is really a really neat effect. Can I say really again? Really cool. If I can hope for anything, it's the, I feel like the frog. I feel like we can do quite a bit with the frog, but that's a big one. Fingers crossed that we do get the froggy. Got my scissors. Definitely the safest way to cut any bag. I'm not gonna peek in. I'm gonna see it at the same time as you. Ready? And a skunk baby. I don't even know what it's supposed to smell like. Okay. That's gotta be the skunk toy. So cute.
Not for long.
And the smush test. And of course, skunk. It's not as slow rise as the other ones. Without further delay, I have no idea what I'm gonna do with this thing, but definitely don't want this sucker, not the baby. I don't want this sucker here, and the companion needs to be integrated in a proper way too. Baby wants a bestie. What do you think I'm going to be making? Let's start by removing all the extra bits. I don't know why Smushy Mushy likes to put bows on everything, but you know, whatever floats their boat. I just find it really weird that we have a squishy baby dressed as an animal as opposed to just an animal dressed like an animal. Maybe that's just me because, I mean, kids are buying this, right? Why would a kid want a baby as a toy? Hey baby, got your nose. Of course I use scissors, but like the barbarian I am, I go in manually. Guys, I promise I'm good with kids. Just, I guess from this you just will never let me babysit them. I wanted to reuse the bonnet. I didn't want it to be cute, so I decided to go for a hoodie. I don't know if I succeeded at that, but I was hoping it would look kind of like a cloak. I guess you would only be able to tell at the end whether or not I succeeded. On to the mini skunk. And yes, there's a bow in there. Wow, Jackie, you're really going crazy there with a lot of cutting. I did have good intentions with the companion creature, but things went a little south. Last video, many of you told me that I should be using puffy paint to stop the foam from showing too much. So I did go ahead and learn my lesson because I like to learn. But I feel like I didn't do a very good job. I'm not able to get smooth transitions like I'm constantly seeing Moriah do, so I feel like I need more practice in that department. So maybe by the 3rd time, I'll do better. Now, as I'm trimming pieces for this squishy, I should probably warn you that you should be careful with sharp objects. Yup, I almost took my fingers off. By now, you probably guessed I am turning this human baby into a creature. And rubber band just didn't want to stay, it just kept going down to its throat. I promised I wasn't going dark. So I just had to hold it manually. I gave it a coat of puffy paint, and then I realized, you know what? I want a puffy tail to go with the puffy paint. I know it makes no sense whatsoever, but let's just pretend it does. So my initial intention was to have this creature have a buddy, but it just didn't work out. And that's because the mouth was touching the head. Here we go again with the barbarian tear. Once the spray paint was on, I went ahead and used the Tulip matte fabric paint. I really like matte projects, even with my polymer clay stuff. You'll see that I almost rarely use any kind of glaze. The story behind this critter is that it is initially a human, but during a harvest moon, it does turn into a were creature. And the unlucky companion that is with this creature has to become a sacrificial delicacy. So it is enjoying its delicacy, kind of like, you know, watermelon. You know what? It's a candy. It's a gummy. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. You know what? Why am I pretending it's not something out of a horror film? Y'all clicked on this video, y'all got a warning, you know exactly what's going on here. I mean, hey, I'm no science expert, but cannibalism is a circle of life kind of thing. Animals do it all the time in nature, right? And here's the direct before and after of the baby versus the were creature. When it comes to the squish test, it does do pretty well. It's just part of the hood kind of gets suctioned into the head, but it doesn't get stuck. You just pull it right off. That is freaky in so many different ways. Oddly enough, I kind of prefer it over the baby squishy.
What's wrong with me?
It's not that I like to visit the dark side often enough, but I feel like this is probably a little more creative. Let me know, which one do you prefer? Do you prefer the original baby, or do you prefer this cannibalistic were creature? I know some of you were really hoping that I would turn the creature that comes with it as a familiar or a companion. My dark side had other intentions. Now it's time for Cup and Cakes Mushy. And not sponsored. They just happened to send me these to promote them. Companies, I have creative liberty. If you like it or not, my brains like it, and that's what matters most. Aww. I think the worst one for me would be the mouse, just because of the ears. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Don't mind me, just trying to unravel this package. Alright, so since we're getting two chains, oh, we got the tiger. I can't pinpoint the smells that these things are supposed to be. Look at the cute little sticker. So yeah, according to the sheet, we did get tabby tiger and fauna fondant. And that is really cute, but I have no idea what this little square looking companion could be to this creature over here. Let's take a moment to appreciate that I am indeed sighing, but I'm the one who chose this topic. It just tells you how much of a sucker of punishment I am. You'll be proud to know that I didn't go full dark side on these projects. I did try to trim and make things as even as possible, but obviously I didn't do too well. Look at this cute little tiger with its whipped cream and strawberry hat. Yeah, that we're gonna just get rid of that and everything in its surroundings. I always have good intentions going in with proper tools, but then this happens because I like getting my fingers dirty, but at the same time I feel like I have more control, so it's just the way the cookie crumbles. I mean, that's just the way the salt shakes. Or that's just the way the salt spreads. Let me know in the comment section below, what's the best way to use an analogy for salt? So for these sets of squishies, what I decided to do is instead of destroying them and turning them into something completely different, I wanted to decorate them as though they were wearing costumes for Halloween. So probably by the color you're seeing me use in the puffy paint, you guessed it, it's going to be Frankenstein's monster. Call me whatever you want, but I can never look at the word coral the same anymore. Interestingly enough, I spray painted. I can't talk anymore. I spray painted this part about 3 to 4 times and it just doesn't want to hold. It feels like it's being absorbed on the inside, but nothing is happening with it. So I'm really worried if we can't get paint on there, we might have to improvise. And I really have a hard time making this part as smooth as Moriah does. So she's the pro, not me. I'm just playing around because it's fun to play around. Wow, luckily there were no issues whatsoever with the fabric paint in that bald patch. I did about 3 coats of green and that was more than enough, and the black only took about 2. As I was saying, if you want to sound smart, the best way to call this creature is Frankenstein's monster, not to be confused with Frankenstein. So Frankenstein is the doctor and Frankenstein's monster is the creature. So here's a fun fact. If there's nothing you learned from Halloween this year, at least you learned this fact. I'm pretty proud of the little prongs on the side because, you know, it just looks cool. I still wanted to keep this creature kind of tiger looking, so of course I went with a kitty because why not? At first I thought I wanted to do the ears with a puffy glow-in-the-dark paint, but that it just wasn't having it. It was translucenty and it was pretty gross. Look at you, you cute little pumpkin thing with your transparent... I could still see your eyes, you know. Though I gave you quite a few coats of paint and your eyes are still showing. Hey, I'm talking to you. Do not walk away while I'm talking. So this little fondant thing is also going to be wearing a costume, but this time it's going to be wearing a costume of a pumpkin. Because, you know, pumpkin patch, it's cute and Halloween and you could wear the costume. It was just cute, okay? I don't need a reason to put something in a pumpkin costume because it's just adorable. This piece turned out way better than I actually expected. And it did turn out also pretty well on the squish test. It still kept it slow rising, but just a little slower, so it satisfies your squishy needs. The pumpkin, on the other hand, didn't really change in terms of squishiness. Good. Halloween edition Unmakeover is kind of scary. The one that I spent the most time on is definitely the were creature over here. And the one that I spent the least amount of time, which is still about an hour, is this little pumpkin thing. And the Dr. Frankenstein's monster that was right in the middle. Oddly enough, I seem to like the one that is the simplest. Maybe it's because I'm tired and I've been working on these for the last 18 hours, probably. So the one that needed my attention the least is the one that has gained favor in my heart. Which one of these 3, actually 4, because there's 4 of them. Don't forget this one. Let me know in the comment section below. Next week, by popular demand, I will be doing a thrift store makeover spooky edition. Those of you on my community tab definitely chose this and the thrift store as your top 2 for Halloween DIYs. And you happen to have chosen the 2 crafts that take me the longest to put together. I thought you guys loved me, but you made me work very hard. Thank you so much for watching, Grains. If you want to watch a salty video, check it over here. And if you want to watch another crafting video, check it out down here. Until then, I will see you in the next video.